Welcome to Mr. Community. I am your host, Reggie Branch Davis, and today I am proud to say that I have with me a debonair young lady who has roots on the east side of Detroit, and she is the boss. I call her the boss of the Detroit Health Department. Everybody welcome Dr. Joneigh Caldoon. Did I say it right?
You did. Thank you for having me here.
All right, welcome to the program. We've been trying to get you for so long, so I'm so glad to have you here. It's a blessing to have you in the studio, to have an African-American lady, a woman, that is so well endowed in health that you've now been appointed by Mayor Mike Duggan to lead our health department. Is that correct?
Yes, and thank you for having me here. It's really just an honor to be here talking to you today. It's an honor to be back home. Again, my parents are from the east side of the city. I got family here. I got family here. And it's just really an honor just to be here back home. I'm also an ER doctor. I work at Henry Ford downtown.
Really?
So yeah, so it's just really exciting to be here.
Really?
I work in the ER. I'm an ER doctor. And I'm here directing the health department, and it's just a dream. So this is great.
To have you here. It really is.
Thank you.
I'm just totally obliged. So let's get into the nitty gritty. When you talk about the health department, you want to talk about the current things that go on in our community. And as of late, there's a term called hepatitis. And you got the A, the B, the C, the D, and me acting as the novice here. In layman's terms, when you talk about hepatitis A, what are we talking about, Doc?
Right. So you're right. There are several different types of hepatitis. And right now there is an outbreak of hepatitis A in southeast Michigan. So not just in Detroit, but in southeast Michigan. Hepatitis A is a virus. It's a virus that's very contagious. You get it by person-to-person contact and by touching surfaces that may have hepatitis A virus on it. And once you get it, you may get symptoms such as nausea, vomiting, stomach pain, or diarrhea.
So, Doc, is hepatitis, this is a virus? Is it a germ? What is this?
It's a virus. It is a virus. Mm-hmm. It's a virus, and there's actually a vaccine to prevent you from getting the virus. So we're recommending people wash their hands. We're recommending people use proper sanitation, right? Sanitary practices. And also, for those who are at highest risk, we recommend they get a vaccine.
So hepatitis A has to be the more common of the A, B, C, D, or whatever it is, right? Am I right? Is that the...
Not necessarily. They're all very different. What we're finding with the hepatitis A outbreak that's going on currently, again, across all of southeast Michigan, what we're finding is that the people who are at highest risk are those who already have one of the other hepatitis, like hepatitis B or C. We're also seeing it in people who use drugs, people who are men who have sex with men, or those who have unstable housing situations, so those who are homeless as well.
So can heterosexuals get hepatitis?
Absolutely. You can get it from close person-to-person contact. And so we're recommending that anyone who actually is in contact with someone who has hepatitis A, that they get a vaccine. Actually, every patient who has hepatitis A, who is a City of Detroit resident, they actually come through. We are notified at the Detroit Health Department, and then we immediately contact anyone who's been in close contact with that person to make sure they get a vaccine pretty quickly.
Dr. Joneigh Caldoon from the Health Department, City of Detroit, is with us. So can you compare hepatitis A with B and C?
Right, they're all, they're viruses. They all actually impact the liver, but they cause different things. Hepatitis B also impacts the liver, but hepatitis C is more likely to be prolonged. So you'll have it for a very, very long time, and it can cause you to get things like liver cancer.
Wow. So tell me this, Doc. Do we have to concern ourselves with our young people and our seniors with this virus? Like more?
I would recommend that anyone who is at high risk, so again, it's the homeless, it's those who use drugs, it's those who already have hepatitis B or C. Those are the people who we're really focusing on as far as high risk. What we're also focusing on is our restaurant workers, so our food workers. So people who, they may have some of those high risk categories, like I said, maybe people who use drugs, but we also don't want anyone going to a restaurant and potentially coming in contact with it. So that's why we're actually recommending that food handlers get vaccinated at our clinic.
So now let's talk about folk that have the characteristics like myself, who are germaphobes. OCD, that's another conversation another day. But I'm a germaphobe. When I open the door anytime, especially in the winter, but all the time, I never use my fingers to open any door because I think about all the fingerprints that have been on there and the fingers and the germs and where those fingers been before they touch that door. And I say, wait a minute, if something's on that doorknob, I'm touching it, I could get it, and then I could be sick. So let's talk about the importance of this most simplest thing that one can do, Doc, wash your hands.
Exactly, that's it. Hepatitis A, actually, hand sanitizer does not really work well for it. I recommend everyone wash your hands at least 30 seconds, soap and water. You can sing your ABCs while you're washing your hands. That's one way to do it. Wash your hands after using the bathroom, after or before handling food or preparing food, after changing a diaper. We recommend everyone wash their hands. That's the most important thing you can do. And also get a vaccine.
So, and I'm not like ridiculously crazy because I wash my hands like 10 to 20 times every day, am I?
I would say no. As the health director, I would say you can never wash your hands enough. Absolutely. Washing hands is great.
All right, so let's talk quickly about the clinics and the vaccine. How do we get it? Somebody's listening right now. Oh, my goodness, I think I may have, I do have it. So how can they get help?
So you can actually go to our clinic at 5555 Connor Street, the Samaritan Center. We're actually there 6 days a week now. So we're there Monday, Tuesday, Thursday and Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. And then we're there on Wednesdays from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. And we now, over the past couple of weeks, have Saturday hours. So you can come to our clinic at the Samaritan Center between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. on Saturdays to receive a vaccine.
Now, Tamika, who helps you out, says that that you guys have extended hours. Did you mention that?
Yes, that's the Saturday, and they extended on Monday. You can also, what we're actually doing is working with different restaurants. So if you want to set something up, we can actually come out to you. We've actually been out to homeless shelters. We've been out to nursing homes. We actually come to you. We've been out to restaurants even. So you can actually call us at 313-410-8142, and we can actually arrange to come to you if you're a business or an establishment to provide vaccine for your employees.
And Dr. Joneigh Caldoon, so before we get up out of here, is there anything that we need to know that you didn't say yet?
Thank you for having me. Again, people need to know that hepatitis A is out there. They need to know to wash their hands. And especially if you're in one of those high-risk categories, come and see us at our clinic at the Samaritan Center. Okay,
more contacts. That number again, maybe you have a website or some emails or whatever.
You can visit our website, www.detroitmi.gov/health. And again, that number for information about the hepatitis A vaccine is 313-410-8142.
Dr. Joneigh Caldoon, hey, thank you so much for finally coming to the radio station doing this interview on Mr. Community. We love you. Keep up the great work, girl. Do your thing. God bless you.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Dr. Joneigh Caldoon, Detroit, City of Detroit Health Department. She is the boss, the big boss, the director. Check her out. And thanks for listening to Mr. Community. I'm your cousin, Reggie Reg. Take care. God bless.